What's going on, Cardinal Nation? Man, very disappointing loss tonight. We lose in this one 6-5 to the Cincinnati Reds in 10 innings. So they walk us off and in the second game of this doubleheader, and we were going for the doubleheader sweep, which is something that's not easy to do. But we almost did it, but just cannot hit onto our lead, and stranded 2 runners in the top of the 10th inning, which, in the extra frame, you definitely want at least 2 runs to score to feel, really comfortable and have a chance to win if you have at least a 2-run lead in extra innings with the ghost runner on second to begin the inning. So the Reds would take a 1-0 lead early on in the bottom of the first. Sacrifice fly by Eugenio Suarez scoring Ellie De La Cruz to make it 1-0 Reds. Could have gone up by a lot more. They stranded 2 runners in the first, so it would only be a 1-0 game. And then we would tie it up 1-1 in the top of the fourth. Ratter's solo home run by Ivan Herrera. Ford Herrera, who was catching in this one after DHing in Game 1. 14th home run of the year, 53rd run batted in. So that would tie it up 1-1, and then later in the inning, Mason Wynn with an RBI single with his 50th run batted in, scoring Alec Burleson to put us up 2-1. And then Nathan Church with an RBI single to put us up 3-1 in the 6th. Joshua Baez got the start in right field in this one after leading off in Game 1. Jordan Walker DH'd in this one. Blaze Jordan would put us up 4-1 with an RBI single, so up by 3. However, the Reds would cut the lead to 4-2 in the bottom of the 6th. RBI double by Michael Tolia to make it 4-2. Then they would tie it up 4-4. RBI double by rookie outfielder Henry Hector Rodriguez. That would tie it up 4-4. And yeah, so back to square one. Palante would make it through 6 innings. As actually a single and the runner would be out trying to advance to second. If it wasn't for that, Palante probably would have been taken out, but he would make it through 6 innings to giving up 4 runs on 10 hits, striking out 5. So after a really solid last couple outings, and his last start against the Reds, which was about a month ago in St. Louis, did not give up a run through 7 innings. So, and was hoping he would have a nice, long outing, since we used 5 relievers in Game 1. And we would take a 5-4 lead in the top of the 8th. Brian Torres with an RBI single, scoring Jordan Walker to put us up 5-4. And it was up to Peter Strzelecki, who was trying to get a 9-out save, which would have been the first save of his career. And unfortunately, the Cardinals were an out away. The Reds would tie the game up 5-5 in the bottom of the 9th with 2 outs on a 1-0 pitch. Pinch hitter Dane Myers with a solo home run to tie it up 5-5. He drove in the only run of the game for the Reds in Game 1. So that would tie it up 5-5. So disappointing. We were an out away from getting a doubleheader sweep. And could have been maybe a little different if we would have used a different reliever, but I know that we were somewhat shorthanded with so many pitchers used in the first game. So going to extra innings, first time playing in extras in a couple weeks. We had Walker, the runner, on second. Joshua Baez would strike out, so he has not gotten a hit since that 3rd home run in his debut Saturday. Jose Fermin would walk to put 2 runners on, but Mason Wynn would go down on strikes on a 7-pitch at-bat. Then Everson Pereira would ground out. So it was up to Justin Brewer to send it to the 11th. And on a 3-2 pitch, Ellie De La Cruz with an RBI double to score Tyler Stevenson and give the Reds a 6-5 win. So a disappointing loss. Left 10 runners on base, went 4 for 14 with runners in scoring position. 3 hits though for Jordan Walker, 2 for J.J. Weatherholt. So, but also despite us losing, all 3 teams that were chasing in the wild card hunt, the Marlins, Padres, and Diamondbacks all lost tonight. So we're only 3 games back of the Padres for the final playoff spot. So, definitely happy about that. But if we would have won this game, then we could have been potentially 2 games back. So, Justin Brewer took the loss, his first loss of the season, actually first time even getting a decision. So, in the 3rd game tomorrow night, it'll be Kyle Leahy getting the start, who's been outstanding, has not allowed more than 2 runs in a start since the middle of June, going up against left-hander Andrew Abbott for the Reds, who's had a up-and-down season. Still Tuesday, how much we're saying go Cards.